The following presentation is for mature audiences only.
Who are you?
He's a fine man.
All hell is broken loose.
He's a great broadcaster.
He's a very powerful guy. Absolutely brilliant.
Feared by men, adored by women.
He's a smart boy.
It's patriotic.
It's no big deal.
It's the end of the world. I might as well tell you now. He's a monkey.
And how you doing, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages? Welcome into the Wild Side with Eric Clark. I am Eric Clark, your host, saying thanks for hanging out with us on the east side of Nashville. Get subscribed to the YouTube channel, hit the notification button, hit the like button. Thank you to Connect 200 Music to See and Aunt Betty's Nut Butter. If you have a suggestion for a band, song, or video, get over to the Discord server, left-hand side, read the pinned message, drop your link there. Today we are back with the Three Misses of Monterey, and we're checking out The Warning. The track is from 2020, and I believe it's from a concept album. Not too sure, that's why I rely on you, my Sherpas, to let me know everything I need to know about the track, the band, and all of that happy horse stuff. It is The Warning, and we are checking out Queen of the Murder Scene, live from 2020 on the Wild Side. And here we go.
You don't really wanna be like me. I fuck the tension of being complete. You don't really wanna understand what it's like to have blood on your hands. You don't deserve the throne, the crown is mine. So I really don't plan to resign. You don't really wanna lose the fear. Didn't try this stuff in my tear. And I don't wanna destroy ya. Open your eyes, cause you can't even see the fact that I just can't be controlled by anything but let's see you try. I'm a machine of emotion, a perfect scene for the murder queen. You can't always care what's tomorrow, boy. It just doesn't apply to me. Give me something worth living for. All on top will make everything fun. It's not something I like to conceal. I have no mercy and I never will. And I don't wanna destroy ya. Open your eyes, cause you can't even see the fact that I just can't be controlled by anything but let's see you try. I'm a machine of emotion, a perfect scene of a murder queen. You can't always tell what's tomorrow, boy. It just doesn't apply to me. And if you wanna destroy me, open your eyes, cause you can't even see the fact that I just can't be controlled by anything but let's see you try. I'm a machine of emotion, a perfect scene for the murder queen. You can't always care what's tomorrow, boy. It just doesn't apply
Great track. So that is The Warning with Queen of the Murder Scene on the Wild Side with Eric Clark. I am always impressed every time I see them perform. Their evolution is an incredible thing to watch. I love the tone and the atmosphere that these girls create. There's a legacy in this track, and it's a throwback vibe, a retro vibe. Let me see if I can make sure I can get it worded properly so it makes sense, because I don't make a lot of sense sometimes. This has a very retro vibe in so much as when I hear it, it's not the guitar, it's not the bass, it's not the drums, it's this attitude. It's a throwback attitude in my head. I get the vibe of like Attack of the 50-Foot Woman, B movies where the music was better than the movie of the 50s and early 60s. Very rich in traditional tone right on the bass. Then you start adding on top of it, like they're doing, the drums, the bass, the vocals, the guitar, and it creates this explosion of textures. So the guitar is straightforward. I really like that. And I've said this before about them. They're a great rock band. So it just rocks, right? You have these really cool, like you say, okay, I know that, but I don't know that. I know it, but I don't know it. And her guitar playing sets this really good rock foundation. But what really stands out for me in this track especially is that bass line. And I've said this about this young lady previously, that there's bass players and then there's what she's doing. Because the drums, and I'll get to that here in a second, the drums and the guitar are setting their tone. And what she's doing with that bass, it's similar to like Darcy on Gish, Duck Dunn with Booker T, John Entwistle with The Who. When you hear it on the surface, you say that's just a bass line. But then when you start to really strip the layers apart like I do in my head, you hear it for what it is. And you hear that it's complicated. And you hear that it's really building the bridges between the drum and the guitar and the vocals and the rest of the song. So you're hearing a bass line that is really the anchor of the track. It's the impetus of the song. It's the motivation that's moving the track forward. The drums are super complicated, but not. Because I almost get this like jazz vibe. There's a sense of improvisation to what she's playing, yet everything has a purpose. That's what makes it so interesting, is that it sounds improvisational. It sounds off in places, yet all of the transitions and the fills and the rolls that she's doing, that Pow is doing in that drumming, everything makes sense. So there's no sharp edges to her transitions from measure to measure, because you count 8 4 times and something's going to change. And that's how songs are built. And yet her changes, as stark as they are, as drastic as they may be, the segues are smooth. So your predictive AI is telling you it's going to go in this direction, and then she takes it in another direction, and it fits. So you have this predictive AI. You've been listening to music a long time, so your brain is conditioned to hear things and predict things. It's just how your brain works. It's fascinating equipment. So you get this predictive AI going after decades of listening to music. And what I like about her, and this is why I likened it to jazz, because you're predicting it. You're saying, okay, this song is going this way, so it's going in this direction. And within a very straightforward rock song, there's 50 changes of direction, both drumming, the bass, the guitar, the vocals. The vocals really here, what stand out for me, going back to that predictive AI, I love her vocals. She's got great rock pipes, without a doubt, both the low-end register and the high-end register. She maintains a width and a depth through her colors that is very difficult to get, especially live. So when I teach people to speak, on a microphone doing voiceover work, working in radio for the years that I've been doing it. The way that I teach people to speak, if you bring in your recording of yourself talking on the radio and I'm going to listen to it, something I'm listening for, one of the many things I listen for, are you saying every letter of every word naturally? So instead of saying something, you say something. You're not saying something, right? You're not over-articulating. I hate when people do that. You're not over-articulating, but you're saying things clearly. So that way no one misunderstands you. That's her vocals. So from beginning to end, she doesn't ramp in and she doesn't drop off. And when it's live, that's when you know that there's control and power there. Because she starts heavy, she ends heavy, and everything is nice and rich through that texture and through that tone. So she's not saying something. She's not saying over there, right? And yet she's not over articulating. So there's a cleanliness to that tone, yet a natural flow. And she does this little cool thing too with her vocals that your predictive AI goes, huh? Like that. Because again, when you're listening to her sing, you're predicting she's going to go down or she's going to go up, depending on how the verse is flowing. And yet when she gets to that point where you think the change is going to go in the direction you're predicting, she goes in a different direction. It's slight. It's very subtle. It really is. There's another vocalist that does it. His name is Marco Haitala, and he sings in a band called Tarot, and he's also in a band called Nightwish for a long time. He does the same thing, and I find it fascinating. I find it unique. And I find the ability to do that live extremely impressive, that she's able to control that vocal. It's not a yodel, but it's like a start of one or a finish of one, depending on how she wants to use it in the track. Really super creative. And that's what I've always liked about these girls. And you can see that on stage. You can hear it in their music. There is a love and a passion and a joy that exudes through them on stage. So while you're getting the full effect of the song and the track and the tone, there's this added element to it all. This, why are mashed potatoes made by your grandmother better than mashed potatoes you get at a restaurant? Well, because someone cares about you. Someone actually cares that you enjoy their food. They're not just making it to serve. They're making it for people to enjoy. You can hear the passion. You can hear the love in what they're doing. And I find that to add that extra energy to it. And before I go, I do want to say this. This is just a PSA. Coming from someone who has been on stage for 90% of his life, put the phone down. Put the phone down. Take a photo and then put it away. Your recording's going to suck. It's going to suck, dude. Just put it down. And it looks bad. Put the phone down. Enjoy the moment. Enjoy it. Don't worry about your phone. Don't worry about your recording. It'll be on YouTube. Don't worry about it. I know you want it, but come on, man. Put the phone down. So anyway, thank you very much. That is The Warning, Queen of the Murder Scene. If you have a suggestion for a band, video, song, something like that, get over to the Discord server. Make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel. We live stream, so hit the notification button. Also, I need help in that algorithm. Smash that like button. Thank you to Connect 200 Music to see and Aunt Betty's Nut Butter. Thank you to all of you for taking time out of your busy day to hang out with me on the east side of Nashville. Make sure you're looking out for each other. Make sure you're looking out for your neighbor. Try to do at least one good thing a day. I am Eric Clark, and this is The Wild Side.